e hikoi ana te Tumuaki a Terina Tahau I tāna Kura-a-Iwi, arā ko te pā o Rākaihautū.
I forgot you could smell mould here.
There's a leak. There's another leak. And that's wet.
He paru, he takerehāia, he pūhekaheka anō hoki e iri mai ana ki ngā pātū o te kura, ko pēnei te āhuatanga mō ngā tau te kau.
So the leak was down there on the floor, so we lifted the vinyl up, and this was only discovered because of a pipe leak from the little kitchenette next door had flooded the floor. We get them every week. Last Friday, Matua Keith and I found a big puddle in the floor of Mahutoka where our tuakana have their lessons. We rang up ministry who came out and black mould was discovered.
No te tau 2010 mārima I whānau mai ko te pā o Rākaihautū ki te takewa o Linwood hei kura taupua. He kura tūwainga I mua I whakakorengia nā runga I te take o te rū whenua. Ko tā tāhau, heri te tonu nei take mo te kura, I ara.
Ko te tiko tiko, te rere o te tiko tiko, ki rō whare, ki waho hoki. There was nothing more disturbing than going into one of our learning spaces and it was a poo waterfall, literally. So they built up, they overflowed, and it came through the ceiling into a learning space below. The other one would probably be the poo flood outside. Matua Keith and I rushed in because we couldn't have our kids turning up here on a Monday morning. I have black mould in spaces, in learning spaces, and know that our pononga are in those spaces and my staff are in those spaces. That's my biggest concern, health and safety.
I toro atu a Tahu News ki te tāhuhu o te mātauranga a ko tā rātou ki, e mahi ngātahi ana te tāhuhu me te pā o Rākaihautū ki te whakatūturu he mahere hou mō ngā whakawhanaketanga hou kei te kura. A he akomanga, he whare hou anō hoki mā ngā tauira e torurau ringa te kau. Ko te tumanako ia, ka maroke, ka haumaru, ka mahana anō hoki, ko e nei whare. Ka rotakingia e te tāhuhu I ngā mōrearea o te kura nei a ka hua mai ko te pai tawhiti maroto mai I te project business case.
So they're going to have to remove the whole bench to dry it out, refix.
One of the biggest things that the ministry told us while we kept asking them why is this taking so long was that they were building the business case that would give us the property that we would need as a new school. We didn't get that. What we got was a temporary site that had been closed, an old primary school that had been closed in Christchurch because of the earthquake damage. But that was good enough for us, apparently, for the ministry.
Ko te koutou a wee Xavier Jones Fiso e noho ana ki te kura mai tāna taitamarakitanga a he tau te kaumātoru I nāia nei. E hara I te mea ko panoni te āhuatanga o tōna kura, I aia e kuraina ana.
Currently, our learning hub for Te Waipounamu is currently closed due to black mould. Yeah, that space has many raru like coldness, mould, as well as broken toilets. And it's just very hard for us at this time because that's sort of our only place for exams and studying. So we have to move upstairs or even across to the other side of the pā. And it's not fair for us because we shouldn't have to be focusing on these problems while we're trying to study, do our exam.
Ko tā te hiamana o te kura, arangi māri e parata takurua, kua uia te pātai, hea te take ka kōkiri tonu ngā mahi o tēnei kura ki tētahi wāhi taupua, ahakoa ngā mōrearea me te whakawhiti kōrero ki te tāhuhu o te mātauranga.
We've been in a deep battle in the last month with the ministry trying to salvage that situation which had gone so far away from where we had started, and only to arrive at this point where we've now rejected the proposal that this is our permanent site. If you even just use the ministry's words, safe, warm, dry, we've had none of those things in 10 years, where we're spending so much time having to address the latest lack of weather tightness, which leads to the rains coming in. You saw it today, the rains coming in places it shouldn't. the coldness and dampness of our, we managed to get new heaters, a new heat pump.
We need your help. This is, it's not fair for us.
Tai hoa ke ka kite, mena ka whakatika e te tāhuhu o te mātauranga I ēnei raru nui. Ka noho tonu rānei ēnei tamariki ēnei tauira I ngā whare tūkino nei. Shakayla Andrews-Alapaki, Tahu News.